We'll get this pull starter on. Again, I love how everything is so modular on this engine. You know, everything breaks down into groups, which is nice for servicing. Again, anytime you tighten up anything that has more than one screw, go ahead and get them all evenly. Kind of just snug them up first, and then start tightening them down. Again, when things are made out of aluminum like this, don't over tighten. Just get it good and snug. This has been my experience because I have stripped things out too many times. So just speaking from experience here. And then that's no fun. Then you got to refill things and re-drill and tap them. Alright. And there you have the upper unit kind of back together. All that's left now is to get that carburetor done. Get it on here. Just going to turn it over a couple times. Just make sure that all the assembly up here is working well. Well, that's no good. So I noticed as I was pulling on that pull starter that I've already reassembled once, that the recoil wasn't great. It felt like it should be a lot smoother. There was a lot of noise in it. And so I got looking at that parts diagram again and discovered that, you know, there's this washer in here, then there's a lock washer and a bolt, you know, that holds the pulley down inside of the starter assembly here. Of course, fits in that spring. Well, also this part right here, this little spindle inside of the larger spindle that the rope goes on, is supposed to be able to spin freely, and it has seized up. And I remember now reading online that some people had said, you know, old grease in here gets pretty hard. So this is supposed to be able to spin freely in order for all of this mechanism, which catches into the notches here in the top of the starter and on top of the magneto here where we crank. You know, that all of that is supposed to spin nice and smoothly. So I'm in the process of taking this apart. Got this washer out by tapping down in with a socket. Now I'm going to take this socket right here and do some more tapping and get this inner spindle loosened up, get everything cleaned up and re-greased, and hopefully that will make a huge difference. So more to come on that one. Thought I was done with that, but you know how things go. That's why we try things out and make adjustments where necessary. So you can see that starting to come out, and that's good. Get that popped out the rest of the way. Fantastic. Now let's clean and re-grease those. Amazing how old grease can really get crusted up. You want to make sure you get all that off because it really will be a hindrance to good movement. A little crust ring of grease around this, so you want to take something pretty rigid to be able to scrape that off. Wire brush doesn't seem to get that, so all that little buildup of old grease gets crusty and does not help you out. Is not your friend. And looking in good shape now. Ready to re-grease and reassemble this. And I got a feeling it's going to make a huge, huge difference in how that pull starter works. Grease makes the world go round. Well, at least spin a little smoother anyway. Wow, what a difference that can actually spin now. Awesome. Alright, we're going to want to coat this surface here too, because that's where it's going to sit against the housing. So just make sure you got good grease there, and also right on the inside of this bearing on that inner spindle, because that's going to straddle. I'll show you here. That's going to straddle that post there where that threading is, and so you want that well greased as well. So I'm going to put a little dab of grease in here too. And trying to keep this spring from exploding on me, so all those mating surfaces need to have a good coating of grease. I'm going to go ahead and shoot some grease into these cavities there too, just to give it, actually I need to clean those out first and then fill them up with a little bit more grease, and that'll help to feed some new grease into those. That's old crusty grease in there, so definitely need to be cleaned out and put new in. As that goes down in there, and then our lock washer and bolt. Let's see what that does, because I think this part is supposed to stay still and not move like it was before, so we can crank that down. Now I'm just going to reassemble the retaining springs here. And a little dab of grease on the tip of this, so it rides in that channel easy. This in the down position, so there's kind of a down position and an up position, so we're going to have this little loop a little bit more down. Get that in the channel. There we go, got it on there. So that moves, see how much easier that moves? That's a lot better. Alright, here we go again. Just get the rope put back on. And man, what a difference in the feel of the recoil. That feels so much better. Definitely a lot smoother. We'll stick this back on top and see what it does now. Wow, that feels a lot better. There's no extra big clacking, banging noises going on, and that's a lot smoother operation, so hopefully this is the last time we have to mess with that starter for a while anyway.